Yes. Good morning. My name is Bill Graham. I'm a member of Rotary. We're a worldwide association of some 2 million members in 65,000 clubs in more than 200 countries. That's all the flags you see here on my tie. That's more countries than belong to the United Nations. Rotarians are united in the belief of service above self. And about 750,000, or 3/4 of those 2 million Rotarians are Rotary youth. These are members of some 30,000 Rotaract and Interactive clubs around the world. I have the privilege of being the chief mentor to a small subset of these Rotary youth called Rotary Youth for a Better World. Rotary Youth for a Better World came into existence a little more than 2 years ago when a small group of high school students heard about a bunch of elementary school students that had responded to a challenge to dare to do something great. 76 to 10-year-old students held a 2-week readathon in which they raised enough money to take 250 of the world's poorest children starving in the streets and dumps in Africa and get them into schools and feed them there for an entire year. Those high school students decided that if 70 students could so dramatically change the lives of 250 starving children, what could tens of millions of students around the world accomplish? They put out an appeal to youth of the world to unite and change the lives of tens of millions of children too poor to attend school. Young people in some 50 countries joined in that effort to make a difference in the lives of so many young people. But you didn't come here to hear somebody my age talking about how to change the world, because you're going to do it. So I'd like to introduce you to one of those first high school students who dared to believe that they could change the world. She's been featured on TV and spoken at the United Nations. So please welcome Ariana Novo from Middlesex County Academy High School in Edison, New Jersey.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So, as Mr. Graham mentioned, I'm a student at the Middlesex County Academy in Edison, New Jersey, but I'm also a member of the Rotary Interact Club and one of the founders of Rotary Youth for a Better World. But I'll come back to that a little bit later. For now, I'd like to talk about Mahatma Gandhi and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Often, the names of these great men are brought together with the word peace. I'd like to remind everyone that they were not men of peace. They were fighters. Fighters in the war against injustice. It's just that they believed that non-violence was the best way to win a war, because violence simply spreads fear and leads to more violence and a hardening of the fronts. The success of both of their movements is witness to that wisdom in the thinking. Both of their movements accomplished great progress in achieving a lot of justice for a lot of people. In fact, hundreds of millions of people can thank these two men for the freedoms that they have today, including many people in this room. But is it just that a child dies every 5 seconds as a result of hunger? Is it just that more than 35 children have died of hunger-related causes just since Mr. Graham began speaking? Is it just that 1 billion people on this planet live in poverty when just a 1% wealth tax on the richest 1% would be more than enough to eliminate anyone living in poverty on the whole planet, let alone anyone dying of hunger? Is it just that 500 million children are either not in school or are receiving an inadequate education to enable them to share the good life? Is it just that hundreds of millions of girls suffer gender discrimination that denies them equal rights and opportunities? Is it just that 60 million people are forced to flee their homes and live in horrible conditions just due to conflict? And is it just that young people have to grow up worrying about whether the planet will be livable when they're older because some people don't want to give up some of their comforts? I could go on, but I think you all get the picture. For all we can be thankful to Mahatma Gandhi and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., there's still a long way to ensure all the young people on this planet are growing up with an equal chance to a healthy and worthy life for themselves and children. The United Nations has gone on to great lengths to define what it would be like to provide every person living on this planet a just chance at a good life. They call these the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, which include ending poverty, ending hunger, health and well-being for all, quality education for all, gender equality for all, clean water and sanitation for all, reduced inequality for all, etc. The goal is to achieve these SDGs by 2030. In some cases, like climate change, we'd better have it under control by 2030, or we may not have a planet to live on. But who's this we that's going to achieve these goals? Maybe it's the adults. After all, they're the ones in charge, right? We're supposed to wait our turn. At some point, we will be in charge, but what kind of world will we be in charge of? Did Gandhi or Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. wait their turn for someone else to make the decision to give their people their rights? Take a look around you. Do you think the adults are doing a good job in keeping this world in a good shape? A little over 2 years ago, a Rotarian, Mr. Graham, told me and my fellow interactors about a project to challenge Rotary youth. He dared us to take on the world's biggest problems, to change the world in dramatic ways. He called this project the Dare to Be Great initiative. He dared us to see the world not as it is today, but how it could be, and then to make that could be real. He challenged us to say, why not? We thought for a moment about how really big some of the world's problems are, but then agreed, why not? So all you young people out there, please join me in seeing a world as it could be, and say why not. Let's make a worldwide youth movement to dramatically change the world, to make history. Imagine if we, the young people, were able to put an end to children not being in school due to hunger or extreme poverty. Let's do this. I'm sure many will say we're crazy or unrealistic to think a bunch of kids could do something about such immense goals. But if everyone is afraid to try on big goals just because they're big, how do we expect to make progress? Sorry, all you pessimists out there. We refuse to be intimidated from worthwhile goals just because they're difficult or big. There are some 2 billion people out there between the ages of 6 and 21. If we unite, we're the most powerful force on Earth. Come on, let's show everyone just how audaciously crazy we all are. Let's take a lesson from Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. Let's fight for our right to a better world. A world where everyone can live a healthy and meaningful life, free from conflict, hunger, disease, and fear. A world where the SDGs have been achieved. Be inspired by Gandhi and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So who's going to fight for our justice to live in a world that's free of hunger, poverty, illiteracy, fear? If you believe that it's up to us to do it, and you believe you have the power to change the world, when I ask you, who's got the power, I want to hear you say, we've got the power. In fact, I want to hear the people in New Jersey hear you say, we've got the power. You ready?
Yeah.
So, who's got the power?
We got the power!
I think the people in the lobby could hear you. We'll try it again. Who's got the power?
We got the power!
Do you guys have breakfast? One more time. We're going to make sure that the people in Washington, D.C. can hear you. Who's got the power?
We got the
If you want some more time, I'll be around for a little while longer. See me and find out what you can do to achieve this better world that we all want. Thank you!
We hope is going to mobilize 40 million young people in the next year and a half. So get behind it. It's your future she's talking about. She's not talking about my future. She's talking about your future. So It's your turn. Get behind it. Take inspiration from Gandhi and Dr. King, and go out there and don't wait for somebody else to fix the world for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Give it up for New Jersey again. Come on. Okay, she's right. We just had one of the buses arrive, so it should sound like 10 times louder than the opening, but it doesn't. Central Park, if you want to come in here, what's going on? What's going on? So let's hear it for New Jersey. Good. Okay, awesome. So the group that was scheduled